Salutations to the nations. What's good, Angel Knots? It's your boy, Young Sinai.
Angel Knot.
All right, so this video is women rate video games as the least attractive hobby for men.
Is this post that went extremely viral for the past week, where women ranked the least attractive hobbies for men. And at the very top of the list, the most unattractive hobby was playing video games. I have no idea if these stats are real. No one could find the actual source of where it came from.
It's trust me, bro.
But Liz Wheeler posted it saying this is 100% true. Men playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond red flag, like deal breaker zone. It's weird that so many dudes don't get this.
It's funny because I met Liz. She's a nice lady. And when I saw this, I was like, man, like I can think of a lot of people you wouldn't like then.
Well, the rest of the list is also interesting. Second, collecting figurines, magic tricks, online trolling, gambling, building model trains,
Online trolling is super fun.
taxidermy, comic book collecting, and bird watching.
So guys, there is some solace to be taken here. You can go out and you can lose your family's rent money or mortgage payment at the craps table as long as you're not at home playing video games.
Gambling is such an addictive and horrible habit to have. I'll never forget when I was growing up, there was this house that was next to us, okay? And the mom would leave her special needs daughter at home by herself to go to the casino. She would lose money, and then she would go back and play again. She literally lost her house gambling it away. Her parents gave her money to get her house back. She took that money back to the casino and lost it all. Over time, that house just became more and more just dilapidated. Am I using the right word? And it literally just started looking like a haunted house. That's how bad the house ended up looking. Gambling is so horrible if you become addicted to it.
Gambling a hobby?
I feel like the worst thing that can happen with gambling is like you win. Because you think that you think you lucky or something.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for a lot of people.
I mean, you could call it that, but I don't know if you should make it part of your identity. I think magic tricks are attractive, and I think online trolling is the most attractive trait. And most attractive hobby for any man is online trolling.
What if you play online poker? Is that gambling or is that video games?
I don't know.
Hey,
If you playing for money, shoot. If you playing for money, it's gambling. You can play video games for money. It's still gambling.
listen, I don't know how to answer these
getting so
questions. This is
complicated.
tough. But you did mention it. So this poll actually did
I
come
know he's joking, but I mean, come on now.
from a TikToker who was making jokes. Apparently, this is a community note on X.
Yes. Right.
It says the TikToker was making a joke about them being bird watchers, and the poll was like,
There was a similar one posted by an account on Instagram called Utah Stats, and it said they polled like a few hundred women in Utah to respond to rate how much more romantically interested you would be in an individual upon finding out they participate in the following hobbies. Video games was still at the top as the, I would be much less attracted to this person if they were interested in video games.
Okay, let's
Man, I thank God my wife don't care about me playing video games. Y'all got those type of issues out there? Y'all having them type of issues with your women? I'm so sorry. I got 99 problems, but games ain't one. You know what I'm saying?
Let's take the phrasing of that really quick.
Yoga and sewing and fishing were also on the list.
Okay. What's the phrasing on that? What's the question again one more time?
Rate how much more romantically interested you would be in an individual upon finding out they participate or engage in the following hobbies.
Okay. I'm just going to go on a limb here. I don't think that playing video games, for the vast majority of women, when you hear a guy play video games, you're like, all right, they're taking me take off my pants, right? I don't.
I feel like games are becoming more and more socially acceptable the day and age that we're living in. I do see women on some of these podcasts who try to dog games and stuff, but I don't know if that's like the overwhelming feeling for like women in real life. Like it's pretty normal to play games now. At least I think so.
I don't think that happens, right?
Sure.
Right, but
For the majority.
But if you were to be like, if a guy was like, "Hey, I lift weights," right, and it wasn't like some super roided out buff guy, right? To a woman that says, "I take care of my body," right? I take care of my body. I'm gonna treat myself all right. So I would say that probably lifting weights is higher on the attractive list than video games, right? But with that said, it's a dumbass. It's a stupid stat, right? Like how many men?
Well, the joke is always men when they get into working out that they do it because they think they're going to get women out of it. But then they end up loving it because it's good for them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea.
The joke is always like what I imagine going to the gym would be like, and it's him like he's bench pressing and women are all over him. Instead, it's him bench pressing and all the dudes are walking. You're like, looking big there, King.
It's a little gay.
Yeah.
Gets a little gay when you get to the extreme end.
No,
but
but here's the thing.
yeah, you shouldn't be doing things for like female validation.
No.
You should do things because you love them. That's why you should do things.
You should be doing it if
That's
you're
unattractive to women, ironically.
working out. Just like skating for me is more about the physical activity about it now, right? Skating for me was something I did semi for work when I was younger, but love it and do it now because I need the exercise and I love to go out, and the endorphins that come with it and all that stuff is great. And I've never participated in anything that I do wondering what it's going to mean for women.
I want to hear from both of you. What are the least attractive hobbies for women?
Before we get into that, I would think that video games would be an attractive hobby for women because they know that their man is at home playing a game and not like out cheating on them, right? They're at home being safe. They're not at the club. Like, I don't know. I feel like if your man is at home and he's like playing Madden or something, like you know where he's at, right? Also, I feel like video games get a bad rap just in general because there's this negative stereotype that comes with gamers where they're lazy or they're not ambitious. All they do is sit around and play the game all day. But if people are taking care of their responsibilities, they are providing for their household, they are loving people, they are worshiping God, they are doing these great things in their life, but they also have the hobby of playing video games, I think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just when people start getting stuff unbalanced.
Versus most attractive.
Do women have hobbies?
That's been the question this whole week.
I guess
that's what people have been
I guess
asking.
yoga would be a hobby, just like for men
Women's hobbies is scrolling on TikTok and Instagram.
working out or the gym.
Least attractive though?
Least
No,
attractive.
I'm just
what
trying
are
to
the
think.
least
No, that's not
attractive hobbies for women?
That's not an unattractive hobby. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think of like what actual hobbies for women are.
Yeah, food influencer.
and watching MURDER documentaries.
That's the least attractive.
Yeah, probably. He's going with their noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astrology?
Is that a hobby?
Is that
I
a
guess
hobby?
it's a hobby.
It's a
I don't know.
lifestyle. It's a way of life.
It's a religion.
It's a religion.
For some.
No, that's facts. That is a religion. If you're doing astrology, you need to get away from that.
There's a lot of complexity in that. I think it really comes down to the personality of the girl, right? If they're kind of subdued and I don't know, there's a lot of complexity to that. It's one of those, when you see it, but yeah, I think that with women in particular,
I can't really think of too many things that's considered like a female hobby, right? I don't know. What y'all think? Give me some female hobbies in the comments.
most men will say, this is why guys, I've never used a dating app before, but this is why guys are constantly just doing this. They're just constantly swiping right on every single woman, right? Men are the beggars. Women are the choosers, right? Beggars can't be choosers in this
Gatekeepers
situation.
to sex.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So, but if woman,
she does not look amused. She's like, this is how guys really think. Like, what the heck?
or maybe like pole dancing, probably would say no to that.
It's for fitness.
Right.
Why are you wearing the stripper heels then?
Yeah.
Shut up! misogynist prick.
Shopping as well. Yeah, shopping.
I don't think of shopping as a hobby though. You're literally just consuming things. You know?
I mean, that's what you're doing when you go to a movie. You're consuming a product. People would consider going to the movies a hobby.
Maybe if you like discussing movies.
You like discuss shopping.
I don't think that women discuss shopping
Do they?
as much
I
as
have
they
no idea.
shop. They shop more than
Tell
they
me more
discuss
about it.
shopping.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what confused me because, in a certain sense, I'm not saying women don't have hobbies. Don't get me wrong, but men are more likely to be super into a hobby.
I already said women's hobbies, man. They got 3 hobbies. It's scrolling Instagram, scrolling TikTok. Those like the same thing. And watching, documentaries on women who wanted their husband's life insurance.
Hobby because it's how they bond together is that they together do a third thing at the same time.
So I was explaining
but for women when they bond it's literally just talking.
Yeah.
Like men go fishing and don't say a word and that's how they bond.
What I was explaining
Women just
to you.
it doesn't matter where we are, we're just going to talk.
So for us, it was like 25 years of skating, which means you
I don't know, man. Me and my homies, we get together and we talk. We catch up.
go from spot to spot all over the city. You go skate rails, you go skate ledges, and it's like 40 to 50% doing your tricks. Then, you're done with yours. Somebody else is still skating, and it's the group like it's the joke is like you just loiter. You loiter at that public location, skate with your friends, and that's where you converse. But we're not going to go sit around in someone's apartment and go do that. We've got a shared activity that we go out and do together.
Yeah, women I don't think would relate to that nearly as much.
Which brings it back to playing games with your boys.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're doing something, it's a hobby. That's why it's a hobby,
Yeah.
because it's, it's fun, number one, and then you get to hang out with your boys. And
It's dope just because, like, the day and age that we're living in and technology, and as you get older, you don't really get to see your friends face to face, right? But you can get online and you can play a game with them and you can talk to them through the chat.
And as we saw in the video earlier, you get to talk all sorts of shit.
We got a 20 from Pat the Plumber. Who has time for hobbies when there's a femicide going on in the Congo?
What are we supposed to do?
How dare you have a hobby? What was the next one?
From I can't read.
Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Hey, Craig, I'm currently working on a story that stars a middle-aged woman named...
All right, seem like they getting a little off topic. All right, cool. So that's kind of my views with that whole matter. I don't think that games are as big of a deal to people as people make it seem. Like in real life, like the internet's not really real life,
on social media.
All right. Yo, but that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I am on my journey to 1,000 subscribers. Right now, I'm almost at 300. You feel me? So if you could please subscribe, that would be amazing. All right, but I appreciate you guys, and God bless, and salutations to the nations. Peace.
Angel Knot.